What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. Welcome to another game review, and this time I will be reviewing Disney Pixar's Toy Story 3, the video game. Now I'm just gonna put this out there right off the bat. I'm probably gonna have to mute some game audio, especially early on, because, copyright stuff with music and whatnot. Especially considering a Kingdom Hearts playthrough video of mine got a copyright notice just for having an instrumental version of You Got a Friend in Me. So anyway, the way that this game works, there's like a story part of it, but then there's also like a sandbox-ish, larger environment for other things. As for the story, you've got these, you got a certain progression that pretty much takes you through the storyline of the movie Toy Story 3. It starts off with the whole train rescue scene as it's played out, and then you go to Andy's house, and then, anyway, you've got that sequence of events going on there, and if, at any point you stop the game and want to come back, it'll probably bring you back to this screen. It doesn't usually, whenever you first start up a new save of this game, I think it pretty much just tosses you right into the train rescue mission. But otherwise, yeah, it'll bring you back here whenever you load your save file and want to come back to stuff. So a bunch of these places, I think roughly 8 or 9 of them on this little map thing are connected with the story. Otherwise, you've got the theater, which just goes back through different scenes during the game. You've got extras here where you can look at the credits if you want. Enter codes. I'm not too sure about the whole entering codes thing. I don't even know what that does, but in any case. And then you've got Al's Toy Barn here, which lets you view the things that you've collected. I guess we'll take a little bit of a look in there. But, so the story stuff, there's the figure collection there, mystery eggs. So this is mostly just a display for the various collectibles you get throughout the game. And this little machine is a way of getting some of them, I think. And I guess there are certain coins that you collect throughout the game that, let you use this machine. But anyway, you've got other toys and collectibles and things here. It also kind of shows you, because there are some card sets that you'll find throughout the game that are a subset of the collectibles. And I guess if you get all the collectibles in that set, it'll, unlock the particular item in question here, because I don't currently have any of these other than the one Zerg blaster that it showed before. So anyway, lots of stuff to collect in the game for sure, both in the story missions and in the sandbox area, the toy box as it's called. Now there's an achievement for interacting with all the stuff on the map. That's why you see me kind of randomly going around. And anyway, with with each of the story missions, you have certain amounts of card sets and different things like that you find, as well as just going through the story of the game. And I am trying to keep in mind, this is a kid's game. Normally, I would, like, were the intended audience different, I would give it a major knock for being so, like, kind of just random. If I'm going to put it bluntly, like, but again, this is a kid's game, and it's a movie tie-in kids game, so not going to knock it too hard for that. It does lack focus in a way, but for kids, that's kind of how they might want to play through it. So this is kind of the main toy box setup, which is probably where the majority of the time would be spent playing this game. You start off, I think, with just the town hall, and it doesn't look like that at the start, trust me. Looks maybe a little closer to how the jail does there. But I think you start off pretty much with just the town hall. You get these missions to, build up the town, and you earn, like, coins that you can use to buy new parts of the town, or different townspeople, or different things like that. You get the coins through completing missions or finding deposits, like the one I just took a pickaxe to there. Eventually, you unlock different kind of expansions, almost. Like, that'll take you to an area that looks like Zurg's Fortress. There's one that is, like, overseen by Lotso for some reason. There's a haunted house that makes it look like it was inspired by Sid's messed up toy creations. Different stuff like that. And you can look at any missions, any available missions as you go through here. Some of them are not super clear on what you need to do. Like, okay, so this one says, take a pumpkin to the muffin shop, which sounds easy enough. It even gives you a compass to navigate you toward that. But you come to the muffin shop here, and you look to customize it, but, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, I already put pumpkins as part of the decorations as well, so the only location to find any pumpkins would be back here, but you go to those, and, like, the second you try and do anything to them, they break apart. So, I don't know. Some of that stuff could definitely use some improvement on what actually needs to be done, or communicating more clearly what needs to be done. There's also green army men that you'll randomly, like, throw and try and get them to land on certain spots. That's kind of another one of those little, like, random side mission things. Like, if you see the targets, the ones that are grayed out, I've already done, which is pretty much everything in sight. But there's 3 of them that I'm still missing somehow. Anyway, I'm not sure whether to call this a completionist paradise or a completionist nightmare, just because there's so much to do, and it's random, and it's all spread out everywhere, with not exactly the best direction given sometimes. You're encouraged to take pictures of certain things. The missions have you going all over the toy box area, even customizing the buildings for some of the objectives, and it's just, yeah. it's all over the place. Which, again, I would view far more harshly were this not a kid's game. But kids game, it's like, ooh, shiny, distraction, let me do this thing, and it'll keep me occupied, because it's fun. And yeah, that... As far as the story missions go, they're actually pretty well in line with the movie itself and what happens. And this part is just kind of a, hey, go around, explore, have fun, do your own thing, customize the buildings however you want, make it your town, basically. And there's even a little subplot within this section, but I won't really get too much into that. But yeah, I'm not going to bother breaking down every single detail of what happens, because there's a lot of things to do. Oh yeah, so this is where you go to, like, kind of go through purchasing the different buildings and townspeople that you've collected, different things like that. But yeah, tell you what, let me go back to the game board and just take a look for a while at one of the story mission things, so you can see a little more of what that looks like. I've already gotten a lot of the collectibles, otherwise I would say a little something more about those. Sunnyside, I'm missing one card. And a townsperson, Prison Break, not so much. Yeah, I guess I'll go to this one. So it does give you like a main story objective thing to do, but there are also all the collectibles to hunt down, and yeah. Just, I know I've been saying this a lot, but again, even just on the whole, it's like, you know, for a kid's game, it's actually not that bad. Certainly not perfect. Were it perfect, there would be easy, clear guidance on the different, like, side quest mission things in the toy box section, and, you know, yeah, oh, I think, I was trying to get that coin up there. I think those little coins that you find in the, containers like that are the ones you eventually use in Al's Toy Barn on the machine thing. Because these only appear in the story missions, well, they mostly appear in the story missions, which would explain why I haven't necessarily gotten a ton of them. Well, and the ones I have gotten, I've already mostly spent on different things. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if I could find one of the things that I'm missing from here. If I were really trying to go full completionist mode on this, I would probably be looking up some kind of a guide, because it's not necessarily easy to find everything. Oh, that looks like a townsperson up there. Did I already get that? I don't know. Also, something else to make note of. The characters kind of have slightly different things they can do. Like, Buzz apparently is best at, like, throwing the others really far. But then the other two have special things that they can do that are different than Buzz. Let's see. Can I? No. Okay. So I think in order to get to the one collectible thing there, I'm going to need to... What? You should be able to jump on and then kind of like glide-ish across that. That's right, you got to hit it at like the lowest point. There we go. How did I miss that? I don't know. Anyway. Now, I don't know. There isn't really a whole lot else I have to say about this game, I guess. All things considered. Because, like... What else do you say about it? I mean... Again, with it being a kid's game, that's the main reason I'm not inclined to get, like, too nitpicky with a lot of things. Otherwise, I would definitely bring up some other pretty significant flaws in certain areas. So, I see these hook things. Okay. So, like, that's one of the special things Woody can do. He has that move where he can use those hooks. But it didn't give me an option to use them from there, which confuses me. I wonder if I should go back to the top of that to try and... I don't know. Oh yeah, and then of course Jessie is also playable. And she has a certain thing where, like, she's able to basically hop on certain, usually kind of dart-looking objects that are in the walls. Alright, so why does this not seem to want to give... Oh. Maybe I needed to just be a bit closer. Hey. And... Oh, come on. Really? Oh, well. So anyway. Stuff like that is supposed to help you with getting all the collectibles. And... yeah, as I've said, there's a lot to collect, so you can definitely put a bunch of time into this game. Some of the controls and things are not the best at certain times. But anyway, I should stop rambling on. Because this is a kid's game and I don't want to overcomplicate it. So, like I said, it's not bad. So, maybe give it a 7. There are definitely some things that could be better, like the controls sometimes, or, you know, making it clear what you need to do. Although there is, I think in certain instances, you can press, like, the right bumper or something, and it'll show you... It'll give you an option for a hint. You can either just, like, get a real simple text-based hint, or you can do a full-blown, like, hey, show me what I need to do. So, again, helpful feature, especially for kids, but I even found myself using that once or twice. But anyway, yeah, it, for the most part, it handles pretty well. There's just certain spots, like with that wire or whatever, that it doesn't exactly work the greatest all the time. But I mean, hardly any game's that perfect. So anyway, yeah. So, because of there being a lot to do, I say that that's kind of a positive for the game. But the lack of clarity on certain missions and different things like that, that's definitely a mark down for the game. I'd say my standard for a game that's, good but not great is like a 7 out of 10 kind of score, which is roughly what I want to give this. Keeping in mind that it's a kid's game. Were it meant for a different audience, I would probably mark it lower just for how, random it is at times. Plus, whenever you're in the toy box area, especially after you've built it up some, it'll do certain things that, literally will interrupt whatever you're currently doing. For example, I was mid-jump one time, going from one thing to another, and it's like, oh, hey, there's bandits robbing the bank. And because that hit when I was mid-jump, it stopped my momentum completely, and I just fell to the ground, which messed up the jump I was trying to make. So, yeah, different things like that. Definitely would also have to give it a mark down for that. So, maybe like a 6.5. Given those kind of instances, because while they might seem like fun distractions to a kid, literally anybody else who plays it, or even a kid who's trying to focus on a particular thing, might be really annoyed that, their jump got interrupted by a bank robbery. So, yeah, it's okay, but, whatever. Anyway. So, yeah, I guess I'll land at that. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. If I was gonna score the game. On the whole, not too bad, but has some things that definitely could be better. Anyway, but again, it's a kid's game, and it's a movie tie-in kids game, so let's not overcomplicate it. So yeah, anyway, those are all my thoughts. I'm done rambling on. So, yeah, as always, like and share if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel and click the bell to get updates when I post new stuff. Look down in the description for info on my other social media pages and how to find those and follow them and interact and all that good stuff. And of course, leave comments down below with any other thoughts that you have about this game, that would lead you to scoring it possibly differently than I did. Pros, cons, whatever. Also, any other game or video ideas that you have for me, put those down below as well. So that's it. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I will see you for the next video. But until then, stay cool, people.